Fear is such a normal human emotion, and we need it. We need it for reasons of survival. If we were not afraid, then human beings would not exist on this planet. On the other hand, we let this actually really take over our lives. And this is something that I have been thinking about for a while, because I just thought that perhaps this is a good thing to talk about in regards to the garden. And because I am sometimes in the garden, I do have fear. I have fear that my plants are not going to grow, that the seedlings that I have planted are not going to develop, that the cuttings that I take are not going to take roots. And I guess it's normal to have these fears. On the other hand, I keep asking myself, is this a legitimate fear to have? Is this something that I want to cultivate, or is this something that I would like to actually explore? So that led me to thinking, what kind of a fear is it that I have in the garden, more specifically, but also more generally in life? And I think besides the fear of loss, which seems to be most evident, because of course we are always afraid of losing somebody, losing something, losing a job, losing a loved one. It's always a loss, right? But there is also a fear of rejection, that people may not accept us the way we are. And the rejection has to do a lot with our self-worth, number one. And number two, of course, that as human beings we have to understand that it is our natural need to belong to some place or to somebody or something. And when that does not happen and we are rejected, that leads to fear. And because of that, we tend to behave in a certain way. We tend to make ourselves more pleasing to other people, because we don't want to be rejected. And even if we are talking about the fear of rejection or the fear of loss, ultimately it's always the fear of death. And that surprised me a little bit, because on the one hand, of course, it is quite obvious that it is the fear of death. On the other hand, once you realize this, then you already know the way out. And it seems to me that death is something that we just need to accept, because it is inevitable and there is nothing we can do about it. So once you accept the inevitable, once you accept the ultimate fear that you have, then there is a possibility to become fearless, because if you can accept the own immortality, then there's nothing to be afraid of. And I think once this truth has been accepted, then there is a huge possibility for us to take kind of a quantum leap to actually supersede this fear, to transcend it, and then begin to live a fearless life. So I asked myself, how would a fearless life look for me? What are the specifics of it? What is it that I would do, or what is it that I wouldn't do? And I think it was actually very simple. The answer was very simple. And that is that I, in a fearless way, for me, would mean to live to my fullest potential. If I'm not afraid of death because I know it's inevitable, then I can play around. And isn't that what life is supposed to be? It's supposed to be a game. It's nothing to be taken too seriously. It's going to end anyway. Not in a, and I don't mean to sound like in a fatal way, but just to understand that we're such a small part of the whole thing, and if we take ourselves too seriously, then we kind of miss the point of why we are here. So if we can lose the fear and just play and have fun and enjoy the beauty, enjoy the people, the loved ones, the family that's around us, enjoy our friends, enjoy our surroundings. Be fearless in that what we do. Then it's such a big chance for us to develop, to evolve into something bigger than what we could have ever imagined. More specifically for me in the garden, the fear really is that I really want my plants to be happy and healthy and grow and flourish, which they do, but sometimes they don't. And the fear always is of this massive loss that I'm going to have if the plants don't thrive. But as in life, so in the garden, and if I kind of accept that plants are mortal beings too, that there is death that is going to happen, and it's absolutely natural, and there is really no better place to learn this than in the garden, because it happens all the time. It happens all the time. Plants grow, they flourish, they die, and then new plants grow again. And this, for example, this is a really good example of what I'm talking about. So this is a little batch of foxgloves that I had, and they were beautiful. They were beautiful when they blossomed and absolutely gorgeous, and then they died. And then they put out their seeds, and now we have these little new baby plants coming out from the shoots. And I'm pretty sure that the seeds have spread throughout the garden. So it's natural, right? So as long as this acceptance comes, because it's a natural part of life that this is going to happen, then we don't have to be fearful anymore. Again, the fear element kicked in, maybe not so profoundly, but it definitely did, in the case of these cuttings that I had taken a couple of months ago, or maybe about 2 months ago, I think. And I was so afraid that they wouldn't take roots, but and some didn't. Some really didn't. Like over here, let me show you. This one, for example, doesn't look like anything has happened with this one, but the rest, they have put on new growth, so I know that they are going to thrive. Now that was the fear, that I take cuttings and what if they don't grow? What if they die? Well, if they do, then they will. And it's the acceptance of it all. And once the acceptance comes in, that's when we're not afraid. Because if they don't grow or take root, we could always try again. Because there is always another chance in life. Always. And so in the garden as well. So you can always try again. If something does not work, get up. Dust off your clothes. And try again. And again. And again. And that's where the beauty lies.